perspective. It's been a while, and I know I say that a lot, but it has. And for those that are following me or tapping in to my journey and my guidance, um, it's part of our journey. There's a lot that we have to figure out on our own, and with some guidance. And there's just areas of guidance that I'm new to, and I don't want to misguide you guys. I'm an Aquarius, so we like to make sure we're pretty certain before we open up our mouths, or let alone guide or direct somebody. Um, a balanced one, that is. So, anyways, I had a friend ask me about the twin flame journey and my perspective on it, based off of some things that I've said, and that we are both on that journey. And so I'm just going to shoot for it and go into what my perspectives um, are, what I've learned, and where the journey has taken me. And I mean, it's still going on, right? So I'm just going to go for it because I don't really know how to organize this one for you guys without spending a bunch of time and energy on that. Really, all we have at the end of the day is our own statistics. And, there's a lot of talk about the twin flame journey, which is, great. People are helping us understand um, parts of the path that they have already encountered, and they can help us steer left or right or just navigate better. So I would say be very careful about the information you take in and use your discernment. Don't try to force any of it. But if it resonates, it resonates. And that's the beauty of all this information and knowledge out here, is because that is what it is. It's not necessarily facts, it might be someone else's fact. Because we all have our own magic here to develop and learn and develop and go as far as we want to with it. And for that, there's only so much others can share with us. It doesn't have to be their way. We all have our own magic to make it our way, make it our own journey. So, however you arrive. But so here's my perspective on the twin flame thing, and I have been sharing. I'm sorry, I haven't shared it in a while because I didn't think that people could handle it yet. I've shared it with those close around me, and it's much for them to really think about, and kind of gets people into a schizophrenic, or um, just crazy in the mind. And it's a hard thing to kind of correct when people start going down that path, and then they're listening to all kinds of tarot, and everything is like, I saw this and that, they make it their life, and it's like, wait, does that resonate? So my experience is, and my beliefs are, is yes, we have multiple twin flames. The interesting part that I have found is that, with this whole talk about reflections and mirroring, people think they have it. They don't really have it, because their idea of how some reflection comes back, man, it comes back in so many ways other than, oh, someone's behavior, and you receive their behavior a certain way, like they're an asshole, and oh, that must mean you're an asshole because you are seeing them in that light. That must mean that's you. Whatever everybody says. All this evading accountability is what I call it. So there are multiple opportunities I feel with a soulmate, but it's on the frequency that you're on. And I do feel that there's been a prearranged marriage in a sense. Before we got here, it's kind of like as above, so below. So there's cultures here that prearrange marriage, right? I do believe before we got here, we made some brilliant plan, to help us get through this journey, that there are prearranged unions. And I feel that we bump into those depending on where we are in our those being the twin flames, where we are in the journey and the awakening and all that. I feel we meet one who very much could be the primary one in the awakening. I don't know this. This is my experience. So if it resonates, hey, take it. Um, the primary one in the awakening. And then you two have an opportunity to recognize it and build friendship and love and everything that you've had struggles with, either or both. All those battles that you came in this world to correct. I would say for the most part, the two parties have in the union have succeeded, but there's still some low vibe energy and karma that needs to be resolved and rewarded. And so, what I would say is there's a twin on the low vibe, okay? That and you have a chance to um, resolve that energy with each other and be support systems and grow with each other, and later apart or together. And then there is, should that not fall in line, so let's say the low vibe shows up, and that's just the better way I have to put it, because when you're on the journey, you will get it. You will get it. You have someone operating more on the lower vibe, meaning they might have addictions, insecurities. They haven't gone through the, um, release and surrender. You know what I mean? And then you have the high vibe. I would say when you've learned to surrender. You know, and this is to say the least. Um, you've learned to surrender, and you got everything pretty much down. Your rites of passages have been cleared, and you then move on to a higher vibe twin if the low vibe has not ascended with you. And if you're continuing to ascend, well, there's got to be someone fitting. The universe didn't put you out here to be a single power couple. I mean, come on. You, meaning, you're just your masculine and your feminine. At the frequency, I would think a lot of anyone watching these videos is at, which is more abundance, infinite abundance. Um, you definitely need more energy for that, and more energy than one person can provide. So the trick about it is we get to ascend to like higher forms of abundance, like material, financial, um, with the collaboration of others, powers of three or more. Um, and they can take us a long way. But if we don't help each other, guess what? We just get to keep kind of maintaining that buzz and struggling, or really just killing ourselves to live that type of freedom or lifestyle. Because it's like if you live off grid, right? You do well to have a community, that's cohesive and works together. If you live in the grid, well, you need some money. You need that type of energy. So anyhow, let's get back to the twin flame thing. The twin flames were sent here to help guide and lead the way for the those that are needing a little more help. Okay, and we're at the stage where we get to do it. We have the opportunity to do it within a power couple if that's what we want, or we get to be a really cool power individual, I would say. But again, it's a lot to go out here in this world and do this kind of work, and not have a source at home to reciprocate many things, especially healing, and love. And so a lot of you are probably healers of many sorts as part of the journey, I would say. Um, the twin flame on the higher vibe, that's still unresolved energy, I would say, that got left behind with the low vibe and everybody else who before them. And you again have however many cycles it takes to resolve that energy. Bottom line is, it is my theory, those that take the spiritual path and this twin flame journey, um, you got to resolve both, though. You got both relationships, the energy needs to get resolved. I feel like there's a whole lot that can get resolved with the Noor High vibe, but until you can find a common ground, is what we call it these days, but a union, in surrender and release and forgiveness and truth. Um, until you find that alignment with someone, well, it depends on how you want to ascend or not. So either one of those higher low vibes align with you by the time you're ready for love and whatnot, or the universe is ready for you to have partnership and you will have a soulmate after that. That's what I believe. I kind of went all around and about because I don't know, I rushed myself to go ahead and put this out because it's been a while, and man, it's probably been a month and a half or so since my friend asked me the question, but I wasn't pulled to do the video yet either, which told me that those that are observing um, or following me, they had some things they need to figure out for themselves before this information could come out. So the real thing here, though, to continue on, is these are the twins. The high vibe and the low vibe, they're the real twins. Okay? I take the low vibe experience. I don't think she's low vibe anymore, so let me stop saying that. And the higher vibe experience, and they are so similar. They both speak Spanish, they're both about yay high. Their mother's physique is even the same, and their mothers seem to have the same internal problems. Just their family background, so different but not. Very, very parallel lives. And when I sat back with it, because the higher vibe would, use a lot of, oh, that's just a reflection and things like that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. Not of mine, you know. And when I realized these two are the ones that are reflecting, each other. These are the real twins. How they are with me about not everything, but a lot of things. They're still their very own. And what I mean by that is, I'll give you an example. The one I met on the low vibe. Um, Let me think of a good one here. To say what I need to say. The one on the lower vibe, I went to help in Colombia with some property of hers, and it didn't happen, and she didn't push it to happen. But the one on the higher vibe had some intentions for me on her property, and even though I very openly said where I was very solid where I was before I moved in with her, and doing well for myself in my journey and had my own stability. And I had moved in with her. She was gonna, wanted to be a support for my music, and very helpful, very supporting. And but then things became not so supportive. If my attention wasn't on the property and her business, and I didn't get room to really see to me. And I turned that place that I was over to somebody else that was caretaking a place. And so it's like I lost all my stability, and I had someone holding over my head, you know, my comfort, and that they said wouldn't be an issue. And, when people give and then take away and give you comfort and then, um, beat you down for it, for receiving and accepting the comfort. So, to be honest, I've had a hard last few months because I moved on to the higher vibe. Well, because of the low vibe, just they say it's not even so. So okay, what can you do with that, right? And I just decide, hey, I'll take the soulmate, whoever, or be single, what the hell ever, you know. And meanwhile, I still learned a whole lot from um, this previous relationship, and we're working on being friends, which has been hard though because for her, that's not what she does. But she's not ready to be done with me, and so it's, we're figuring it out. And I've just knocked it up to, hey, this is the twin flame journey, and I look forward to bringing harmony in both of the relationships and welcoming in whatever is divinely aligned for my ultimate happiness. Okay, and a card just, you gotta be kidding. Okay, a card out the deck just flew at my feet. I can't lie. So the thing is, even with my mind at times, it's like, dang, am I wrong about the twin flame? And then the spirits are like, hell no, you know how to read your cards and you know how to talk to us. Why, when it comes to your own shit, you are denying it? And it's like, because somebody else is. What do I do with that? So, anyways, well, they just spoke. Twin flame. I'm going to do a short read real quick. If you guys have any questions to go further on that, I hope I made that more easily understood on my perspective of it. What the twin flame journey is. The reality is, this is a journey we all go on in all of our relationships. It's just that twin flames, they're leads, the guides, the power couples. That's how I see it. And we get to decide. We get to decide if we want to walk on the dark or the light. And people don't realize they're making that choice. It's like, if you decide to talk shit about somebody, you chose the dark side. No matter how minimal it was. That person crossing the street fell and bit it, and you're like, ah, my motherfucker. Well, shit. You know? You're slipping onto the darker side. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there because I could go on forever, 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 forever. But peace and so much love to all of you in your journey. Always here for text or email. But be patient with me because I'm human too. I have emotions too. I'm going through the journey too. Shaman journey too. Man, it's just been mind blowing. And it's, 2 years since my big awakening. And so bear with me because with time I will be better and better and more clear. But the good thing is, if you are unclear, hit me up and talk about it. Alright. Peace and love, y'all.